Hello and welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament bi-weekly broadcast. This is Nightcat. I will be your host for this week, and I say bi-weekly sort of just because that seems to be the rate that I've been able to get these out recently. But the intent is for, weekly casts and all that fun stuff. But to the game at hand, we have Pathos here, spawning as the orange Zerg down at the bottom of Icarus, and over on the left side of Icarus in the blue Protoss we have Bloodbath. This is a recommended game off of the SSCAIT Discord, so if you have seen some games on the stream and or off of Basil, and you'd like to recommend those replays, go ahead and drop the links or the replay files into the Discord's replay channel. And if you're not on the Discord, I don't know why you're on Discord, man. Do you just not have Discord downloaded or something? But anyway, we have these Zerglings running out here. So it's just a basic either Nightfall or Overpull. I wasn't paying attention. I think an Overpull based on the Overlord sitting there. The Zerglings are going to come out here, and Bloodbath does have 3 Zealots. Actually, a probe kind of got rid of one of the Zealots there, but it gets cleaned up pretty nicely there. And the Zealots are going out. I think it does have a probe there, so a good scout. We've got a macro hatchery coming down. Actually, 2? Wait. Yeah, okay, 2 macro hatcheries. I was thinking this was like a creep colony, but this is the creep colony over here on the right. But these 3 Zealots are going to get here. There's really not much here just yet. This needs to get into that sunken very quickly. Okay, but now the drones are not... Oh. Well, that might be a bit of a problem for Pathos here, where 5 drones are chasing the scout probe. That might be a little bit of an overreaction, as the Zealots just sort of tear the base apart here. Yeah, that's, oh. And now the Zealots joined in on the chase. From the comment in the message where this was linked, I had a feeling some silliness was gonna happen, so it's a great way to start the cast. And Bloodbath is not getting a gas to get a core, it's getting a 4th gate instead. And the Zealots are like full committing to trying to kill these drones instead of going after the buildings. Oh boy. Oh, okay, one of the drones got picked off. They're occasionally getting caught when they come by the ramp. That's kind of funny. That's good. Just ring around the rosy a little bit faster here. Yeah, Bloodbath is just pure Zealot. No gas. Pure Zealot and pylons right now. Oh, boy. Oh. Nope. Drones are still alive. This is part of the fun of, I think, the AI development, is just seeing the silly situations that can happen that, like, you would have to account for, right? Like, the fact that Bloodbath is like, okay, I want to kill the workers before I start killing the buildings, but, like, they're just going around in circles. You have so many Zealots. Just kill the buildings, right? But, like, there we go. And the probe is still just going around the outer edges. Yeah, good game to Bloodbath there. Pretty funny chase at the probe with those drones. We'll get into our next game. And for this next game, you'll notice we have something a bit different going on here. We're in StarCraft Remastered. I verified that this replay should be working in it. It does not desync. We have 6 players. We are on the map The Hunters, the normal money version of it, because we've learned that on that one replay that desynced and broke randomly, like about an hour in or so. So what was happening was, if there's 10,000 units created in a game, client AIs will break because of the way that the client is designed. No fault of the AIs themselves. So I'm probably gonna, if I'm doing games that are like out of the ordinary, probably going to be on more normal money maps instead of big money maps, just for that reason, unless it's like not 8 players going at it. But even a lower amount of players could end up in a stalemate situation where we hit that 10k limit if they're client AIs. Anyway, what we've got going on here, the reason why we are in Remastered watching this, we have TSC Mu as the purple Terran, TSC Moop as the yellow Protoss, and TSC Mu Z as the white Zerg on a team going up against Nightcat T as the brown Terran at the top here, Purple Wave as the orange Protoss over in the top right, and down all by itself is Zerg Hell as the red Zerg. So we've got a 3 versus 3 here, and unfortunately, OpenBW, the replay viewer, does not handle games where there are alliances. It will desync. For that reason, we are going ahead and watching this in Remastered. So it looks like with the spawn positions, Nightcat T and TSC Mu are kind of in a bad situation where they're both sharing this choke and this natural. Purple Wave is kind of okay. You know, could gain access to this, and this main pretty easily has this. The thing that kind of sucks about Hunters is how like this gas is all the way over here, so this is kind of like 2 bases instead of 1. You can see Purple Wave is even expanded to this gas-only base, but doesn't seem to be doing anything with it. Maybe doesn't quite understand the concept of a gas-only base. I might have to try and find the Kespa version of the Hunters and see if these AIs will work on that. Scout getting taken care of. You can see Nightcat T's ally protection routine working, sending those Marines over there to try and help out. TSC Mu Z, kind of in an okay spot, could also contest for this right middle section here. And really, Zerg Hell has like one of the best spawns, because you can easily like capture all of this bottom left and bottom mid. But we know how Zerg Hell operates, so we most likely won't be seeing that behavior out of it. Looks like we have some fighting going on here at the gas-only base. Where are these probes going when they get made? Because nothing's taking the gas here. Where are you going, probe? Well, you're getting a pylon. And then you're just coming back to the main mine. Okay. So it looks like TC Moop expanded to the middle here. It is only mining the gas from it. Okay, there we go. Now there is some mineral mining happening there. And we've got Purple Wave trying to contest this middle, but it looks like the front of Nightcat T is experiencing some issues. The bunker has been taken out. TC Mu has gone mech. Nightcat T trying to get some mech out and some siege tanks with siege, but there's a lot of mech already here for TSC Mu, so that's probably going to be an issue for Nightcat T. See workers getting taken out very quickly here. There's mutas out for TSC Mu Z. TSC Mu was standing guard there at the choke of Zerg Hell. Looks like we've got an attempt at a ninja base here from Purple Wave, but it's already been sniffed out by TSC Mu, and with TSC Mu going to clean that up. Purple Wave, meanwhile, is trying to be aggressive here in the middle, but I don't think... Yeah, being fought back from the middle and still just operating off of, well, essentially one base here, it looks like. Alright, Cat T down to its last 48 minerals with 1 worker remaining. You see me mining up this middle here. It's looking really good for Team TSC Mu. Cat T being slowly eliminated here. Purple Wave cut off, unable to render aid. I don't know if it would necessarily want to. Now, remember, we might see in these sorts of games like some really funky behavior. AIs typically are not designed for this type of play, and this type of map too is a little bit weird. Maybe we'll try a 3v3 on Big Game Hunters. I'll see if I can get one to complete, or if I can find Kespa Hunters, we might try one there. But I was thinking, like, with big game hunters, giving that a try with just 6 AIs, because the gas layouts for bases are a little bit better. Maybe a little less confusing. Yeah, it looks like really Zerg, Hell, and Purple Wave are the only ones left. TSEMU pretty much owns the middle of the map, though, so they are separated. This base looks like it was cleaned up probably a bit by Zerg Hell, but then Zerg Hell was repelled, so... Now we have shelling here from the tanks. Are the upgrades on the 1-0? Couldn't even click on a Hydra in time. 0-0-0 for TSEMU. Not Carapace upgrades for TSEMU Z. It is interesting that the TSEMU family seems to be mostly coordinating its attacks. I don't know if it actually has logic in it to work together with itself or something, maybe, but like, or maybe it's just because it is the same AI, like it's choosing the same targets. So Zerg Hell is eliminated. Nightcat's still in here just because of the bases it happens to have. Now it's TSEMU, TSEMU Z, and TSEMU up against Purple Wave. Interesting, TSEMU went ahead and killed TSEMU Z's units there. Oh, did this desync? I don't think it desynced. The TSEMU seems to be killing... I'll see if this desynced or not. I mean, new units are still doing stuff? Let's see. Yeah, new units are doing things, so I don't think this is desynced. I think TSEMU was just killing allied units there for a minute. Which was kind of interesting to see there. I mean, I can kind of get here, like, the Zerglings were in the way. I don't know why that was happening in the middle of the map. That was a bit bizarre, but yeah, no, this replay did not desync with the ally killing there. TSEMU just had enough with the Zerg there and was like, I'm gonna take some of your units out there, ally. But yeah, it looks like the TSEMU family does win this game. Nightcat, he gets eliminated. That's a new concept. I think they actually took out the old one that was there instead of just taking it over. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and speed this up just a little bit. And so that was interesting ally killing behavior from TSEMU. But like I said, it makes sense here because they're like this was being clogged up by the Zergling, so it needed to make space. But yeah, like every now and then it like attacks its allies' units, which is kind of funny. Oh, it's even TSEMU is doing it. So yeah, sometimes it just attacks its allies' units, and other times it doesn't. That is kind of funny. But I'm not sure what the next game will be yet at the moment. But we'll see what we can get going. Alright, and for our next game, we've got something a bit different. So if the AIs behave a bit strangely, it is because I am tossing these AIs into situations that they've not necessarily been programmed to handle. We've got a 4-player free-for-all going on here on the classic Bloodbath. We have the 3 TSEMUs. We've got TSEMU Z as the Red Zerg, TSEMU T as the White Terran, TSEMU as the Purple Protoss, and for our 4th player, we have Purple Wave spawning as the Blue Protoss. Put this down here. It might work a bit. This minimap is quite small on OpenBW, not used to seeing that small of a minimap, so this is going to be interesting to cast here. I'm trying some different stuff out. I was trying to do, to get some new AIs, some fresh blood into these fun little like free-for-all indoor team game situations, but there's some strangeness I'm running into. It's none of the bots' faults. I don't even know I don't even think it's like, it's something weird with like Java or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to work it out with Bytekeeper. We're trying to figure out all the little quirks with this new tool still. And like things that need to be accounted for and stuff like that with trying to run so many AIs on the same machine at one time. But looks like we've got Purple Wave here throwing down. Oh, Purple Wave looks like they're going for like a quick expand into TSC loop space, which that's the interesting thing with Bloodbath is you have these like extraneous minerals on the side. It'll be interesting to see if these AIs try to like expand to them within their own base. Obviously Purple Wave has decided to expand to the one within TC loop space. We've got some chasing around of scouts. Bloodbath, very, very small map, so early engagement going on here. Actually, hold on just 1 second here. Alright, and we're back. I realized I had the sound way too loud, so I went ahead and turned it down just a little bit here. So the sound volumes should be back to normal here. Looks like TC Moop is not happy with Purple Wave attempting to take Nexus here, and so is battling back these probes while trying to mine from there themselves. Purple Wave is getting a few units now, does have the double gateways and also got a Nexus in its main, but I think it might be a little bit too behind with the attempt to take the mineral base in TSC Moop space. Now we have some mines being introduced into the middle here, so it looks like TSC Moop looking to take over that middle. Armory on the way, there is a shop. And in that shop, what do we have? We're getting Vulture Speed, so we're not getting Siege Mode just yet. Looks like Purple Wave also trying to expand in TC Mooz's base. The probes battling over the minerals for this spot is pretty funny as well. But TC Moop pretty handily taking over the middle here, I think. There's this Dragoon that's kind of trapped in Purple Wave's base, getting chased down by the probes here, but yeah, it does eventually get caught by the probes. The probes being pulled, also trying to fight the Dragoons that are at this other Nexus here. It seems to be mostly TC Moop's probes. Over here, we've got some muta action going on somewhere, so again, that Purple Wave Nexus has been cleared. Okay, that's that Nexus being fired on. So I think Purple Wave is out of minerals for probes, out of workers, so Purple Wave is effectively out of this game at this point. Big move into the middle of the map here for TSC Moo. TSC Moo Z trying to kind of push this back, create some nice arcs I've noticed whenever it has to sort of like hold back from an army, but so we'll be able to dive on these tanks and take them out. The thing that's going to be hard for Terran is you're actually for all of these is that they essentially only have one base. If somebody could take over Purple Wave's start location, then they will have one base. They'll have one gas, is what I meant to say. If someone could take this bottom right position over, then they will have an extra gas there. It looks like TC Moop is long distance mining from the multiple patch locations and is building a pylon there. So TSC Moop might actually be thinking that that's part of their main or something along those lines, and is now trying to clear out Purple Wave's building slowly. Looks like the middle has been relinquished to TSC Moop. TSC Moop trying to make some advances here on it, but TSC Moop has pretty much secured that supply line there. Pushing into TSC Moop, a lot of mines going off there, but might be able to make some headway. There are a lot of mines here, though. This drone's going to the middle. I'm thinking that TSC Moop Z is maybe trying to expand somewhere, but doesn't want the drones to get too close to army because, yeah, they keep like kind of falling back whenever an army gets near them. And starport there just landed and then just died immediately. TC Moop trying to push in a bit more again. Now we've got some Zealots tearing down the last Purple Waves buildings here. You have a second command center down for TC Moop in its section of the map here. So if TC Moop can take over this bottom right and take the gas there, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape. But TC Moop Z's army looking pretty strong here. 16 Mutalisks. Move this up just a bit if I can. I gotta move it there. There we go. So, yes, 18 Mutalisks now. It's pretty high count. There's just 12 Dragoons. There's no Corsair out right now. So this could be a problem. But TSC Moo is definitely receiving some pain here with TSC Moo all the way almost to the command center at this point. Let's move this over here now. And pretty much, yeah, just sort of tearing this apart. There we go. That'll work for now. Okay, and so TSC Moo goes ahead and taps out. Low on minerals, could still produce workers, but no way to stop this army. Did have the one worker left. TSC Moo with that is moving, it is sort of moving its attention around, but the units are still kind of attacking. What's there? It looks like now it is TSC Moo against TSC Moo Z here. TSC Moo has so far been on quite the rampage, engaging with these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks trying to keep their distance, trying to use their air mobility to their advantage, but buildings are starting to fall. Sunken Falls, drones going down. TSC Moo Z down to 4 drones. Back up to 6, and these Dragoons are falling very, very quickly here. 19 Mutalisks still, just 4 Dragoons for TSC Moo P. And TSC Moo never taking this gas, so still just operating on 1 gas. It's going to be really hard, I think, for TSC Moo to get a force that can take this out, but they are firing just outside of the range of the Mutalisks. The Mutalisks not choosing to engage, or choosing to not engage with these 3 Dragoons for some reason. 4th Dragoon showing up now. Now they fired like a shot. Okay, so now they clean up those Dragoons. I mean, if TSC Moo Z just kind of like went over into TSC Moo space with these Mutalisks, I think that would be the game. The Dragoon count is starting to grow. We're back up to 9. So I don't know if these Mutalisks, or if the Dragoon count gets too high, if they're going to be able to do anything against them here. These Mutalisks being really shy, not wanting to engage with these Dragoons on their own. I think TSC Moo might pull this off here. It's actually mining from almost every group of mineral patches here, though it's long distance mining for most of them. But it is working for it so far. Now, a lot of those overlords were killed. Dragoons coming up here, and actually, yeah, TSC Moo Z very, very supply blocked here. Just 16 minerals, and yeah, it's going to be going down. The Mutalisks finally decide to engage to attempt a sort of base race of sorts, I guess, but a lot of probes are falling for TSC Moo, though, now down to 9 probes, so this could kind of still go, and you know what? TSC Moo wins the base race, goes ahead and clears out the last Zerg building, and that was an interesting game on Bloodbath here. I'll see what I can get to work next with these AIs, and I'll see you in the next game. So we are doing a tour of some unusual maps for the AIs to play on, so there may be some goofy behavior, there may be some strange oddities that happen, as I'm willing to bet these AIs were not even tested on these maps. I know for sure that Nightcat T was not. But we are on Lake of Fire from the Brood War expansion set multiplayer maps. It is a 5-player map. We have 5 players here. We have TSC Mu as the yellow Terran. Then there is TSC Mu P as the purple Protoss. We have TSC Mu Z as the red Zerg. Nightcat T as the white Terran over on the right side here. And down the bottom middle we have the teal Protoss, purple wave. So, Lake of Fire is an interesting map. The middle bases are all island bases, of which there are 5, so there's an island base per start location. None of the island bases have any gas, they are just mineral only. And every base essentially has, like, kind of a natural, right? So there's, like, an expansion on each... Oh, actually, wait, with an expansion on each side... And this is the lovely Blizzard map making, right? Like, this base here has a pretty close expansion right here, a pretty close expansion right here. The base the Purple Wave is in has a pretty close expansion right here, and then there's a really far expansion over here. There's this, like, weird dead zone of just terrain, so... Gotta love Blizzard maps. Looks like TSC Mu Z going up for a quick lair here, moving around with these initial Zerglings, seeing if there's anything it can get kills on, seeing if there's any scouting that it can get done. TSC Mu and TSC Mu P here have, I think, found each other. TSC Mu P is kind of sitting back a little bit. Looks like I think TSC Mu is maybe going to recognize this as an expansion. Yeah, okay, because go ahead and throw us down a command center. Purple Wave doing okay, chased around a Zergling, gets a Dragoon out, is able to clean that up. The other interesting thing too is that players, if they're going with Ground Army, have to go through other players to get to them, right? So like TSC Mu, for instance, to get to Nightcat T, would have to at least go through TSC Mu, but the other way around would have to go through TSC Mu Z and then Purple Wave. So we have some fighting here going on. Purple Wave trying to keep the base between it and TSC Mu Z secured. Looks like TSC Mu having some issues here at the base that it decided to take with TSC Mu. TSC Mu went ahead and took this base towards Nightcat T. There were some buildings being thrown down here. I don't know if maybe TSC Mu was thinking about taking that in the future or not. Heavy fighting going on here at TSC Mu Z, but these are pretty nicely placed Sunkens in the mineral line, able to fend off the Protoss onslaught for now. Mutalisk Tech out. It seems to really love in these multiplayer situations, this Mutalisk Zergling play, which seems to work relatively well for it. There are Dragoons in TSC Mu's base. The worker count falling very quickly for TSC Mu, down to 7 workers. Here's 6 now. The last Dragoon is cleaned up, but there is a few Zealots coming in to clean things up. Like Nightcat T moving out here. There's a scout out for TSC Mu. Being a little bit annoying there for Nightcat T, but Nightcat T kind of pushing that back. Meanwhile, TSC Mu Z here trying to put a little bit of pressure on Purple Wave, but we have the first few carriers out, so Purple Wave going for that carrier tech, as it seems to do. TSC Mu appears to have tapped out. The buildings are light blue on the mini-map here. And I think TSC Mu wants to expand up here, but there is the command center from TSC Mu causing a problem there, and it's not quite cleaning it up. Fleet Beacon also out. It looks like there's a Corsair out for, and a shuttle. I wonder what's in the shuttle there. Let's see if it lands. It looks like Nightcat T going on the offensive here. I think that's okay. Yeah, it is a Reaver that's going to deal some heavy damage here. Ooh, very nice Reaver shot to the Marines there. There's a lot of tanks. And if these Reavers are not careful, taking some tank... Ooh, one goes down. Taking some heavy tank fire there. But now there is another wave of Marines and medics coming up here to assist the tanks, so that way the scouts can't just clean it up. The scouts are getting some damage on the tanks. But the expansion area is cleaned up, and now the fleet beacon is going down. And ICAT is working its way while the scouts are into TSC Moop space, while the scouts are slowly working down those tanks, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really stop that from cleaning up. Meanwhile, Purple Wave really holding the line here. Looks like maybe posturing to be aggressive against TSC Muzi. TSC Muzi has taken a second base here. Sending some Mutalisks to check out what TSC's Moop is going, or is doing what's happening there. A couple of warping buildings left for TSC Moop, and with that, TSC Moop, I believe is eliminated? I know it still has something. No, okay, yeah, it was eliminated. The APM just dropped to 0 immediately. Okay. So Nightcat T takes out TSC Moop, and now TSC Muzi has this carrier fleet flying over it. How many carriers is that? Let's see, we've got 5 carriers here. So there are 21 Mutalisks, but they seem to be staying back pretty far. These Zerglings are doing a number on the Dragoon numbers. Because the Dragoons are not firing on them. They're just kind of... I think they're trying to get under the carriers maybe, but they're like not really able to. So these Zerglings are really cleaning up the Dragoons. Meanwhile, ICAT T has turned its attention onto Purple Wave and is actually clearing the main. Has cleared out the Nexus here. And is working through, but Purple Wave has a decent carrier force here at 5 carriers. Right? Like, Nightcat T is like the only one really with a production queue going on at the moment. It's kind of funny to see. Nightcat T has expanded, so it's not exactly out of minerals just yet. The main does mine dry now. Oh, there's a lot of units here just sitting idle. I wonder if this desynced in any way. That is kind of weird looking there. But I mean, it seems to be continuing to play out here a bit. So there is a gateway and a pylon still there. Yeah, I'm thinking this game desynced. Yeah, there's a lot of new SCVs here that aren't doing anything. There's a tank going into like the wrong spot. Yeah, that is unfortunate. But there's still a lot going on for this being a desynced game. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll probably just call the game here. I guess we don't really have a clear winner, and I'm not sure what happened as a result of desync or not. I'm suspecting that these bases probably got cleared, but clearly Purple Wave wasn't eliminated, right? Because the carriers are still receiving orders. But yeah. I guess we'll let the chat decide who won this game, because I guess we can just speed it up to 8x and just take a quick look at the state of the desynced game. Yeah, so Purple Wave's APM dropped to 0 at one point, so I think it got eliminated at some point after the desync. And then it's just, looks like it's just Nightcat T and TC Muzi here at the end, so... There's Mutalisks just huddled in a corner there. But yeah, I mean, that was a fun game until it went astray. But I do have one more game here, one more free-for-all that hopefully will not desync on another stock Blizzard map. Our last game of today will be a 6-player free-for-all here. I've added Nightcat P into the mix. Hopefully, we'll see, I guess, if it was the hunters or if it was something else that was the problem with Nightcat P with not expanding or attacking. So, we've got TSC Mu. This is on Flooded Plains, again, a stock Brood War map. It is, even though there's not any ice, there are I think there's the Ursidons are called or whatever on there. But it is the ice, well, I guess there's Princess in here. The ice tile set. But we've got TSC Mu spawning as the light teal Terran. We've got Nightcat P spawning as the green Protoss. We have Nightcat T spawning as the brown Terran. Then we have TSC Moop, the red Protoss. TSC Mu Z as the orange Zerg down in the bottom left. And finally, but not least, we have the blue Protoss, Purple Wave, who is fast expanding down here. Now, this is a very interesting layout, because there's like kind of these corner bases that are kind of tucked away. I mean, this one especially in some ways, I guess. It's like, in terms of chunks of ground, it's not all that far, because like, you know, oh, looks like we've already got some harassment going on here. TSC Mu going ahead and rushing Nightcat T here, who is just sending its Marines into the bunkers, or into the bunker, and not really fighting with the Zealots, which is going to probably not work out so well for it. Looks like TSC Mu Z is taking a fast expansion as well. Just kind of watching on the mini-map. It looks like there's some Zerglings chasing something around there. Now there is a Marine going ahead and trying to fire away at the Zealot. There are 3 Zealots here now. And I think they're just going to kind of tear this apart. Yeah, Nightcat T is getting done for here very quickly. And now there's even a probe from Nightcat P attacking the command center there. That gets cleaned up a bit there. Zerglings here running around. Ursidon getting in the way a little bit there. Okay, so there was a Sunken firing at that Vulture. Vulture taking out the Zerglings a bit here, but oh, it's going to get caught, and it's getting cornered a bit, but the Zerglings are going to back off here to the safety of that Sunken. Now they're going to re-engage. They do take out the Marines, and then they go ahead and try and retreat. Mines now, research people. Oh, all 3 mines going off for 1 Zergling. A little bit of overkill there, but yeah, it looks like so now Nightcat T being left alone now that it is out of workers and money. Vulture's putting in some work, killing some of those, but now there's Dragoons harassing TSC Mu on the other side of its base. And that's one of the things I think is kind of interesting with these Blizzard maps, is how, like, there's usually multiple entrances into your base, and so like while you're fighting on one front, you might end up having to fight on another front. We have this factory here lifting off. It's maybe looking to land to place. Oh, it's just wanted to lift off and move. Okay, I thought it was going to place it. Although actually, it might have been trying to build a machine shop, but all the workers are now dead. Just about for TSC Mu. So TSC Mu, I don't think is going to be in this fight for super long. Yeah, I mean, there's one more Goliath here, and Purple Wave's gonna back off. Oh, because TSCB actually went ahead and left the game. Okay, because it can't make any more workers, so it went ahead and GG'd out. And left. Nightcat P looks to be struggling. It is getting a decent-sized army, but it's got 50 supply of army, but yeah, it's not expanding or doing anything, so I think it is just busted. I may need to I think, yeah, I'll continue to work with getting other AIs, making sure that they work with the BW AI. And if you have an AI that you think will work with Free For All and you want to see a play in this, you know, send me a message on the Discord, and I will try and include it if I can, if it's easy to get working with the BW AI environment. TC Moop is just kind of slowly expanding and being kind of caught by that. But oh, there's the carriers of Purple Wave. Purple Wave trying to make its way across the bridge. It looks like Purple Wave deciding to engage with TSC Moop, but with Nightcat P not really being aggressive, TSC Mooz's kind of being left alone, taking the third base now. TSC Moop trying to expand to the center, and there's a Mutalisk that's going to get some juicy probe kills there. But TSC Moop can't really do too much about it, as it is worried about this aggression from Purple Wave, trying to snipe this shuttle here. Does get sniped, but the center is going to fall to TSC Moop, and it's looking a little bit choppy. I apologize for that. I'm not sure exactly why it's running a little bit choppy right now, but yeah, it's running that way for me too. So it's not like it's the recording, it's not your internet, it's not YouTube. It's just running that way for me right now. So TSC Moop's, or actually that's Purple Wave trying to take that top right base while clearing out the main. It looks like TSC Moop's actually pretty low on workers, just 16, just at the expansion here, and a few in the middle. And Nightcat P is just kind of got its army in a random landmass right next to it. TSC Mooz's still just on the 3 bases, and it looks like Purple Wave taking more map here, taking this top left expansion, taking this mid left expansion. So Purple Wave is growing on the base count and is looking pretty scary right now. But Moozy with the 3 bases going up to Hive Tech now, it looks like. Yep, getting that Hive. So we'll see what tech choice it makes out of there. There's a Mutalisk here that's getting some juicy probe shots off. This middle is being overrun by TSC Moozy, but at the same time, Purple Wave is starting to move towards this middle now to finish off TSC Moop. We will see if TSC Moozy decides to back off or not. Looks like TSC Moozy will back off a bit, let Purple Wave do some damage, and actually there's a Ling run into Purple Wave's natural here. Trying to get into the main, they're doing some damage to those Dragoons, getting some good scout information. You can see there are still, there's still a carrier in production. I think one just popped out as well. Another one starting up here. Oh wait, did I see Defilers? Defilers are in production, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Oh, Plague being researched. But no Consume, but Plague could be very useful against these carriers, especially Plague on interceptors. Will bug them out a bit and make them continuously want to dock. In the carrier, TSC Moozy actually looking like it owns pretty much most of the map. It's now expanding down here to this bottom left. But with Nightcat P just kind of sitting on its own, it's pretty much zoning Purple Wave out of this position here. Purple Wave still has this top right base. It's trying to take this top mid, but it looks like that's been hit a bit by these mutas here. TSC Moozy doing a very good job of just fighting across a wide breadth of space, and part of Purple Wave's army is ground and part of it is the carriers, and so it's trying to kind of coordinate, and that's causing some issues with the land layout here, whereas TSC Moozy's army is mainly the Mutalisks, and there are, actually yeah, there's 50 Zerglings, but that's 25 larva worth, right? And 27 Mutalisks, which is 27 larva worth. Plus the 20 Scourge, which is 10, so there's more larvae dedicated to air units than to ground units, it looks like, but Scourge coming in, trying to make a connection. I think they're just connecting with a few interceptors here and there. Or actually maybe just getting people. Ooh, a dive in there on the carriers. At least one carrier went down. TSC Moozy trying to find somewhere within Purple Wave's defense. Another carrier going down. A nice plague went off on the carriers as well, so they're going to be very low life. And the Mutalisks might be able to just swipe in, but the Mutalisks numbers are dropping very quickly as there's a large carrier count here. 11 carriers that are able to very quickly target down Mutalisks. And with AI precision, they're able to avoid as much overkill as they want to. Meanwhile, this Goliath's still alive, just watching things, but as the drop, never mind. I was talking about it. It dies, Caster's Curse, I guess. Yeah, this is looking pretty healthy for TSC TSC now taking a base here, next to the middle. With our plague going off there. I'm trying to see where... Okay, there's some cleanup there. Ooh, a bunch of probes going down here on the left side of the map. What's up here? Okay, Zergling just scouting, checking some things out here. Oh, it looks like TSC is starting to overrun Nightcat P. It looks like Nightcat T got cleaned up as well, and TSC is just starting to expand everywhere now. Which I think is good. It's really keeping Purple Wave contained while taking more bases of its own. Now Nightcat P continues to live, but I mean, with the fact that it didn't expand, that it's not attacking, I don't think it has any fair or much chance of winning here. Purple Wave is maybe starting to mine out a little bit here. I mean, it's still got some decent mining bases, but this top right is gone. We're starting to see Hydralisks in the mix here. Purple Wave with the +3 air weapons on the way. +1 ground weapons as well. We're seeing a few... Oh! The Scourge dives! The carrier count down to 2 carriers. Wow, that was massive damage. I'm glad I caught that. That was a huge swing there, I think, for TSC. And there's 2 Arbiters on the way. So maybe Purple Wave looking to transition to a ground arm. Ooh, and there go the last 2 carriers. No more carriers out for Purple Wave right now. And it's just Purple Wave versus TSC pretty much at this point. Bit of a standoff here with my Cat Piece units. Zergling now coming in, tapping one of the buildings, so Nightcat P pulling all of the army back here. And there's a few Hydralisks here in the bottom left of that base poking in as well. Purple Wave doing a bit of a dance here, and TSC Moose remains. But Purple Wave is just down to like 4. This one's almost mined out. It's like 3.5 bases right now that are mining. There's a storm going down here, but didn't really land on much. TSC Muzi just continuing to slowly clear out Nightcat P. And it looks like starting to slowly make ground into Purple Wave's territory, but Purple Wave has a bit of a bank. They're like almost 2,000 minerals, over 1,000 gas. So with that little bit of a bank, they'll be able to produce units for a bit, but it looks like there's a small ground task force here making its way in. There's a number of High Templar here. They're throwing out some storms, but okay, we have another carrier out or 2 out for Purple Wave here. But now this mid-left base is following all the workers going down for Purple Wave. TSC up to 70 drones. Taking this bottom right base now too, and doing a good job of spreading drones out to all the various mineral patches that there are under its control right now. Decent amount of orange units here in Purple Wave's natural. A lot of Archons being morphed, but now... So this middle left base falls in this upper left base. Falling as well, just 14 probes left for Purple Wave. Purple Wave has gone through its entire bank of minerals at this point. And I think the overrunning the Zerg forces, well, I guess it's the overrunning of the Protoss forces by the Zerg forces is starting to happen here. Only 2 interceptors among the 2 carriers. Mulisk's diving in on that air, taking out the Arbiters as well, and I think with that, TSEMU Z is going to claim victory here. Figuring out Nightcat P's buildings as well. Pretty exciting match here. With these AIs on these maps that aren't exactly conventional for competitive play, so they're not really designed for play on these maps. So in some ways, it's even a miracle that they function on it, right? Because they're not built for it, they're not tested on it. And I'm just like, let's throw them on this. Let's just see what happens. So definitely a fun match here. Fun little cast as well with these games. While there's no tournament going on right now, being able to get these set up and running very quickly and easily has been a blast and a lot of fun. So I do want to thank everybody for tuning in to today's cast. Again, you can always join the Discord if you're not on it, the chat with various authors or those that are just fans of the Student StarCraft AI tournament. And there is the Twitch stream, which runs pretty regularly, just running games, streaming games off of the SSCAIT ladder. And I want to thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. It's been a blast. Until next time, take care, everybody.